Well, let me ask you this, sir. Let me ask you this, sir, because let me ask you this question, and it's a difficult question. You've said your son is a mama's boy. Still, the FBI says he was tweeting using the name Raheel Ubaida, and he was expressing support for violent jihad. If that's true, is it possible there's a side to your son you just didn't know?
No, I knew of his conversion to Islam. You know, I was concerned because I watch the news and I see what's going on around the world, and I showed some concern, and I actually had open conversations with my son Christopher, and he explained to me his feelings. I asked him if Muslims hated Christians, and he said no, Muslims were actually allowed to marry Christians, and like I said, he was just dabbling in this and never actually even really, I think, actually converted till maybe 6 weeks ago, because that's when I actually noticed, he was doing his prayers. He had his little prayers on his computer, and he was saying his prayers 5 times a day. Sure, there's always that chance there was a side of Christopher I didn't know, but I'm just telling you, the kid's never been out of Cincinnati. He never had. They say he was unemployed. He wasn't unemployed. He was a seasonal worker up until 2 weeks ago. He worked at a local department store, and he was going to be off until March. He saved up about a little over $1,200, and he was waiting for his income tax. He was going to buy himself a car and become more independent. And he wanted to be able to branch out and find other work. And when I made a statement like that, I thought he was lost. I think it wasn't that he was lost. He graduated high school, and he just wasn't sure, what he wanted to do with his life.
Well, let me ask you this too, sir, because experts say that young men who seem lost, who aren't sure what they're going to do for their lives, they're looking for meaning in their lives. Does that make any sense to you, that he might have been attracted to these groups to have meaning in his life?
Sure, that makes sense, but I didn't know what I wanted to be until I was 42 years old. I always wanted to be a cowboy. And I'm just telling you, that's the kind of kid he was. He still talked baby talk to our kitty cats. He still called his mom mommy. And, he was like just a big, outgoing, he had changed. And I had talked to him about, this Muslim religion and everything. And he told me what his name meant. I can't recall, but it was all something about journey and a journey with God, and everything was God,
This Twitter traffic, sir, this Twitter traffic where supposedly he tweeted these things about supporting violent jihad. Do you believe your son did that?
Do you know what the real meaning of jihad is? I know what Westerners think it's a terrorist deal, and what it actually means, a struggle in the way of Allah. And the flag that they found, the ISIL flag that they found, that actually says there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is the messenger of God, and that's what that says. It was all about God. And the reason why they fly that black flag is because that goes back to the days of Muhammad, and Muhammad was their prophet. And it is so misunderstood, by non-Muslims in this country that I'm guilty of it. I am guilty. That's why I questioned him. You know what I mean? And he explained some things to me. He read the Bible, he read the Quran, he believed in Jesus Christ, he believed Jesus Christ was the Savior, and that Jesus Christ was going to come back and defeat the evil one. The kid was smart.